So I've taken my data here and I've put it into Google Forms. Let's see if we can clean this up and make it look just a little bit nicer. Um, so we can add outlining to this here. There we go. And we'll separate each of those things. That'll work nicely. Then I think we can shade this somehow. I'm not quite sure how to do it on the iPad, but that's all right. Now I've got my data all highlighted. Let me highlight that again. I'm just grabbing the corner there, dragging it down. Now we're going to add a graph to this. So I'm going to hit the plus sign up here. We're going to choose chart. And the chart we're going to do is a column chart. But we're working on pie chart, so we're going to select pie. Let's go ahead and see if we can add our legend. And let's see if we can label these things. At least we'll have that. And we'll hit the check mark just to take a look at it. So that's not too bad. Okay, it would be nice if we had our percents in there. I want to undo that stretch here. If you always grab by the corner, it'll stretch proportionally. Otherwise, if you grab by a side, for example, you can compress it or stretch it, so you don't want to do that. Um, and we're going to change the title of this to a more appropriate title here. And this would be the jobs that were preferred. Oops. And I want to make sure that I get my title right here. So let me check off on that. So this was what kids want to be when they grow up. Let's pull that chart up again. We'll edit it. And I would like to, and if you guys can figure this out, how to put the percentages um, right on top of the pie chart, I think that's very helpful. Then you have to look back to the table at all. So let's see if right, left, bottom. I wonder what label does. And we'll check that and see if that does it. But that's pretty good there. So choose that label option, and then you can see them very, very quickly just by looking at the graph. So we've done number one here. Find the proportion of operations that fall in the SPY category. So our answer for number two, we can just type it right below the pie chart. In the SPY category, that's 16%, so that's 0.6 as a proportion. So we answered that pretty good. There we go. Let's skip a line there. 3. Find the proportion of operations that do not fall in the SPY category. So what we can do there is just subtract SPYs from the number 1. Remember, all of them add up to 100%, which is one whole thing. So we're just going to take 1 and subtract that 0.16. I'm going to do that right inside. Yeah, I'll just do it inside a cell over here so you can see how I can do that calculation. I'm just going to hit the equal sign, and I'm going to type in 1 minus 0.16, the amount of the proportion of SPYs, and I'll hit equal sign, and it'll tell me it's 0.84. So in number 3 here, hopefully, So, yes. All right. Let's get in here to number 3 and edit that guy. So for number 3, we're going to say 0.84. Do not want to be spies. Like so. Number 4. Find the proportion of the observations that fall in the category of athlete or movie star. So athlete, if you look at it, professional athlete is 12%, movie star is 10%. So that means 22% would like to be either a professional athlete or movie star. And we want them to fall within that, so we just have to add the 12 and 10 together, giving us 22, or 0.22 as a proportion. So 0.22 would like to be a professional athlete or movie star. There we go. And lastly, number 5. On the basis of the pie chart, student concludes that 6% of all American children want to be doctors. Well, we can't say that about all American children. This sample of 270 some students isn't, unless it was a perfect spread of the population and all the circumstances, there's no way this really applies to everybody. So there is certainly sampling error because we have such a small sample here. And there could be other errors in the survey. Maybe we just survey people in a particular school or a particular economic class. So there's lots of different errors we could have. But for the population of students, we do have a very good breakdown. And